There's a narrative going around that Raila Odinga did not pass on Wednesday the 15th, and instead he passed weeks ago. And part of the reasons why people are propagating this narrative is because of prophecies such as these.
Ingine, this prominent person atapotea kwa public, na watu watawaficha, watu wa hiyo taifa watawaficha, na siku ile matangazo yatatoka kwamba alikufa. Watu wa hiyo nchi wanatakiwa kujua hakukufa siku hiyo, alikufa zamani. Ni kwamba wao na madaktari walijaribu kutokubaliana na ile hali, lakini hali ikaendelea kuwa mbaya, ikabidi wawatangazie watu. Lakini watu wa hiyo nchi watakuwa tayari wameuliza, fulani yuko wapi? Ako wapi fulani? Aliendaga wapi? Mbona siku hizi hatumsikii? Mbona siku hizi haongei?
Now that aside, these are some of the reasons why I suspect Raila might have passed sooner. Number one, during the Wiper NDC, Kalonzo Musyoka brought up a very peculiar point. He gazed out and he saw a flag that was at half-mast and he didn't understand why. So during that same NDC, Kalonzo Musyoka asked, why is that flag at half-mast? President Ruto must tell us who he has killed. Those are the words of Kalonzo Musyoka. In fact, here's the tape.
Hata kabla ya kumwalika ndugu Rigiji, hata alienda kazi ya Ruto, bendera ya Kenya anaiteremsha karibu chini pale, aeleza ni nani ameua, hapa namna gani. Alafu meraruka. Vile uchumi wa Kenya umeraruka ndio huo.
So what I suspect is that Kalonzo Musyoka either knew of the passing of Raila or suspected, because these are people who are in constant communication. Perhaps he has been trying to reach him and he can't reach him. And then he goes out there and sees a flag at half-mast. So perhaps he was raising concern to pressure Ruto to come out and tell Kenyans what has happened. So that is the first sign that kind of confirms Raila might have passed weeks before it was announced, or days before for that matter. Second reason why I suspect Raila might have passed earlier on from the date that we were told is because I know individuals who personally went to view the body. And the report that I have received is that that is not a body of somebody who passed on Wednesday. It looks a little bit aged. That is the report that I got. But then again, there could be proper scientific reasons why that is the case. The body has been subjected to different altitudes during the flight back home. On top of that, there was a lot of chaos as the body was being moved to Kasarani for people to view and so on and so forth. So perhaps it could have taken a toll on the body. And then again, this is not a gentleman who died at 30 years old. He died at the age of 80. So nonetheless, the report I got kind of corroborates the story that's going around. Now, the third reason why I believe Raila could have passed days before the actual announcement of his passing is because Raila Odinga and Lee Funeral Home were trending on X account 12 days ago. If we are going to count from the day they announced, which is Wednesday, it is 10 days before Wednesday that he was trending with Lee Funeral Home. Now, we always say where there is smoke, there is fire. It is the exact same thing that happened when Magufuli passed. People said he is no more. There was no confirmation. Eventually, they confirmed. For Raila Odinga, same thing happened. People were saying he has passed. No one corroborated the story, but at long last, it turns out he had passed. So somebody somewhere could have caught wind of that information and they released it and no one believed them because no major ODM leader corroborated the story. Instead, they kept it under the wraps until the agreeable date to let the public know. Now, the fourth reason why I suspect Baba could have passed 10 days before the actual announcement is because usually when somebody is suffering a serious illness and people come to know about it, they begin visitations. They come spend moments with that person. Even hata wewe ukisikia mzazi wako hayuko sawa, ako kwa hali maututi, you want to be close around that period because you never know when the final moment could be for anybody, even if it is a child. You know, in this day and age, mambo yendi vile ilikuwa zamani, ati ni watoto wanaenda kuzika wazazi. Nowadays, it's even the other way around. So no matter what happens, if you get information someone is not okay, you will go and be with them during that period. And I saw that happening around Raila Odinga. People like Mosiria were rushing to Raila Odinga's home, bringing gifts a few weeks just before he passed. He must have had information that Raila was critically ill. In fact, just check out this tip. So again, that visit by Mosiria was too perfectly timed. I suspect there's something these guys knew that the rest of us didn't. But what say you guys? Do you think this narrative is true or it's all just a fallacy? Do drop me your comments in the comment section below and I'll do my best to read them and to give you a response. And with that is today's ad of the day. If you're in need of electrical wiring, solar installation or electrical fittings such as strip lights, snake lights, downlighters or chandeliers, contact Engineer Wycliffe at 0707 476602 and he'll get your house dapped up. Now, if you're here for the first time, please go on and hit the subscribe button. And if you're watching for a different platform, just head on over to YouTube, search for David Wafula. Hit the subscribe button, you're going to be getting a ton of content of this nature. If politics is something you're passionate about, this is definitely the one channel that you really need to subscribe to. Alright guys, adios. Thank you for choosing David Wafula as your primary news platform. We put countless hours in research, recording, and editing. By showing up each and every day to watch our videos, you encourage us to generate more videos for the viewers. We are on a mission to inform, educate, and build a better tomorrow. To our thousands of followers in a world full of presidents, kings, and queens, you are the real gem. Adios.